everyone, my name is Raindrops, and if you are new here, welcome, and if you are a returning drop, welcome back. Today's video is a makeup video and an outfit of the day. I had just seen, and I don't know why I didn't see it before, I just looked it up and saw videos as far as 3-4 months back on a trending look that's going around called the clean girl aesthetics makeup look. And it's basically just, to me, it's kind of like the no makeup look. So it's minimal makeup. My face has already been primed. I know I sound a little nasally. My family caught COVID, but I just got it. They've had it for the last couple of weeks. Caught it from my grandkids when the grandkids were here. Even though their test came back negative, it can do that if you've had COVID before. Just like a false positive pregnancy test, it can do the same thing. And then the boys went to the emergency room and their test came back negative, but we all do suffer, especially them, from severe allergies. So then my husband got it a week ago. He lost his taste, smell, everything that went along with it. And we also had this like eye thing. They had like, their eye had shut down a little bit. Like it had discharge coming out like coal around the eye. Their eye was stuck shut. And my husband woke up the same way like that, like 4 or 5 days in a row. Okay, so because I take care of myself differently, I didn't get any of the symptoms that they got. Mine is basically like a stuffy nose, but I haven't had any of the other symptoms. I can smell, taste, I don't have a fever, my body isn't sore. I didn't go through any of that, because I take echinacea every day, zinc, B12, ginkgo, vitamin D. I made sure, I didn't want to, get anything. So, but I end up getting, that symptom. So that's the reason why my eyes look like a little heavy. But yeah, we're gonna do this. I've already primed my face. I use the Milani No Pore Zone mattifying primer. Again, that look to me is basically like, that's how it goes around here, y'all. But it's just like a no makeup look. So this is gonna be for my ladies in their 40s and 50s. This is for the mature woman's skin. As you can see, I don't have problematic skin. I only break out when I eat things that I shouldn't eat, so I don't do that. They're very minimal when I do decide to eat something that I shouldn't eat, and it's normally because of my cycle. But other than that, I don't have problem skin. That's why my skin still looks the way it looks. I also don't have well, I guess you could say it's a routine because I do it all the time, but I don't use anything special. For my skin, because I have an oily T-zone, I swear that is part of the reason that I think my skin has stayed looking young the way that it has, because of that. But I wash my face with a cleansing face wash. I started using an astringent such as witch hazel or anything to use, after you wash the face. I ran out of that. I don't use face creams, moisturizers, really. I don't use any of that because my skin has an oily T-zone. So if I put any extra added on moisture type thing, it only makes it oilier. And I don't want that. The only thing I use, and I don't use this every day, I usually use this under my makeup, is the L'Oreal Revitalift eye cream. That's basically it. Day and night, I wash my face. Every now and then, I'll do the Indian Healing Clay Mask, something like that. That's it. So I don't do anything special. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. You guys know the first thing I like to do is my brows. I hate looking for stuff. I'm looking for my brown pencil. I'm gonna have to use the other one. It's by Wet n Wild. But first, I'm gonna go ahead and add some powder to my face because again, I have an oily T-zone. So I just powder in that area, and this is the Black Opal Invisible Blotting Powder. Then every time I say and then, I just think of, dude, where's my car? And then
Gosh, I think that's about it.
And then?
No, that's it.
And then?
No, and then. That's all I want.
And then?
Then. That was one of my favorite movies. So I'm going to, I just did my eyebrows, and again, sorry y'all, I forgot that I could have did this on camera so I can show you how I keep up with my brows. I use a straight razor. I use any straight razors, and then I just shape my brows. So I'm gonna go ahead and just define them a little bit more. I'm not into dark brows, so I always opt to use a brown pencil. And it is the last day of school. School ended at 12, so sorry if you can hear the boys playing. It is a short summer for the first time for them going back to school. We found out a couple of months ago that school will be starting back up at the end of August. So it's not much of a summer vacay, but they're happy nonetheless. I think that's about even. They're not identical, but you know they're sisters. And then I think I can fix that when I clean that up. So the next, I'm gonna go ahead and use the eye cream so it can be sitting. I like to just take a Q-tip since my nails are done, which they need redone, but I just apply a little and then just rub it in and let it sit before I apply my concealer. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up my brows using the LA Girl Pro Concealer and Fawn. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take my brush, clean it up. So the next thing I'm gonna do is my foundation, and hold on, because I don't like that halo look. I'm just gonna use this Q-tip and make sure I got all of the concealer. So the concealer that I'm gonna use today, because I want something lightweight, but I also want it to stay. So I'm gonna use the Maybelline Fit Me. This is the shade, this is the matte and poreless, and this is the shade 356. Warm Coconut. Yeah, I have not used this in a minute. I want it to look as minimalistic as possible, skin-like as possible. And this is not full coverage. And I don't mind that. All right. And I'm gonna blend that out using foundation brush. Slide up a little bit for you guys. What we got so far, and like I said, it's not full coverage because you can still see that light colored birthmark, and you can see some of my freckles and moles. So the next thing I'm going to use is the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Fawn again, and I'm going to conceal with it, and then I'm going to let that set so it can get more creamier than wet. So I'm only going to use a little bit, and this is not new for me. I always use a little bit because, again, I don't like a lot of makeup, and I don't do a lot under my eyes because I have like one fine line under each eye, and I don't want it to settle and look cakey. So I always just use a little bit. Also, when I highlight, I do not do my forehead or my chin. It's just not my thing. But I do right above my Cupid's bow. So I'm just gonna let that set for a second. So while that dried down, because I didn't do it on camera, I added a little bit of the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the orange shade, the color corrector. I like to blend that in. So it's dried down, and I'm just gonna take the brush and pat that in. And again, because I don't want it to look cakey or settle in, I'm gonna make sure it's blended in very well. And I'm also gonna go ahead and set this eye now. I'm gonna use the Sacha Buttercup setting powder. I do wanna try a new one, but I like this. I'm gonna use a sponge, it's wet. So I'm gonna bring some of the excess water out, and I'm gonna set that. But sometimes I just like to stick with what I know. And this has not led me wrong yet, so I just continue to use it. So to contour, I'm going to use the Morphe Glamour Bronze bronzer in Supreme. I'm going to use the contour brush by e.l.f. and very lightly, as you can see. I don't cream contour ever. I don't own one. The only cream stick that I have is the foundation stick by Juvia's Place, and I don't use that because it was a perfect match, but it made my skin extra oily, so I couldn't use it. I just find contouring with creams and stuff just to be extra makeup that I don't like, nor do I need. So I'm gonna take a different brush and go around my forehead. And my temple area. And I'm just gonna pat that in. And the next thing I'm gonna do is contour my nose. So the next thing I'm gonna do is take this Moda brush, Rainbow Collection, and use the, what is this? This is the Precision Contour Brush, but I just like to use this to blend out what I did. So I just blend it into the hairline and kind of in an upwards motion while dragging it downwards a little bit, but still in an upward sense. And then I just blend that out. I don't bring anything down on my neck, but I do my jawline right up under it, since I can't seem to stop gaining weight. I gotta slim out that chin. And I don't blend this down that I did, because when I put on the powder, pressed powder is gonna tone it down. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the Rimmel Stay Matte powder, pressed powder. This is the shade Toffee. And I'm going to set the rest of my face. And that is the reason that I also don't feel the need to highlight on my forehead and chin, is because of the pressed powder. And when I use the bronzer to contour, I already have two different shades. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is put a little bit of the LA Girl on my eyes so I can go ahead and do my eyeshadow. And the eyeshadow is just going to be a basic brown that's close to my skin tone. And I just want to help the shadow stick. So you don't need a lot. I am going to use, I haven't used this in a long time either. This is the Beauty Treats Bronze and Glow palette. I'm going to use this shade here as my shadow. Yeah, this is perfect. And I'm basically putting it on the lid, mobile lid, and into the crease, and then I'm just gonna blend that out. I'm actually going to go ahead into the LA Colors face palette. This is their strobing palette. I haven't used this in a very long time either. To set my brow bone, I'm going to use this shade here. And I'm going to use the same brush. I was trying to see which one was darker, and yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah. And just go right on top. And the next thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and do mascara and then my lashes. And I'm gonna apply my lashes off camera. I forgot who this was by, but this is the style Serafina. So I'm not gonna do any liner. I'm just going to do the mascara on my top and bottom lashes and come back. Okay, y'all, so I had a hard time off camera. If you have been an OG subscriber to my channel, you know when I started out for like the first 4 years or so, 5 years when I started my YouTube channel, my favorite lashes are the Demi Wispies. I haven't used them in like over a year, a couple of years as a matter of fact. So I told you guys I was gonna use Serafina. Well, they just look too thick and black. Then I tried these. I don't know, it was just too much for this look. But I end up going with the La Flare 3D Faux Mink lashes in the style, what is this? S005E. So yeah, I had a time. I changed lashes like 4 or 5 times trying to figure out which pair that will go good with this look. So the next thing, I didn't really see in the few videos that I looked at highlight, but I like to highlight and it's still a minimalistic look. So my favorite like everyday bronze summer like highlight is the All Over Glow, and I got this from a beauty supply store years ago when I first started out. Still have it, still works. It's like this copper colored bronzer. Not really bronzer, it's a glow. It's an all over glow. The color is bronze glow. So I'm gonna use a little bit of this and then do my blush and my lipstick. And I'm gonna try to do a little bit, just a little something something. I'm using literally like the smallest amount. There we go. And for blush, I'm going to use, this is the e.l.f. blush, and this is in the shade, what is this? Brick Red. So it looks like this. And I'm just gonna put that on the highest points of my cheekbones and bring it up and towards my hairline. And I'm also, as I normally do, place it on my nose. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use the brown. This is a darker brown Wet n Wild pencil than this is what I was initially looking to use on my eyebrows and couldn't find it. Now of course I do, so I'm gonna use it on my lips. With the, let me see. Okay, so this is the NYX Butter Gloss, and this is Tiramisu. And then this is the Ruby Kisses Butter Bomb Gloss. And this shade is... God, the writing. Y'all think I'd be lying, but the writing is so small. I'm gonna, off camera, I'm gonna look to see what it is and then put it on the screen. But I was gonna use the NYX, just looking at the top, but now looking at the actual tube, this is more pinker than the Ruby Kisses. So I'm gonna use this for the center. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and use a bit of the NYX as well. Yeah. And then I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back with my Nika K lip pencil because I'm not really feeling that brown. This is the shade Cocoa. So I'm just going to sharpen my pencil. This is my favorite lip liner because it just has this nice, it's a brown, but it has kind of like a hint of burgundy. And even though the NYX and they both have like a gloss to it, I'm going to use another gloss, and I left it in my purse, so give me a second. Y'all, I'm still not feeling this lip. So I'm just gonna blot it off, keep my liner. It's like I needed to be a bit more red. Yeah, literally I just use the smallest amount and dab that in. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the LA Colors Matte liquid lipstick, and this is the shade Illusion. This is the shade Illusion. And now I'm gonna use the lip gloss. This is the Kiss Professional 24 Karat Gold Natural Lip Gloss. Yes, that's exactly what I was looking for. So I'm gonna go ahead and change my clothes, earrings, put my little puffs on, just a second. And I wanna thank you guys. This is the makeup look. Very minimalistic, very skin-like still. No liner or any of that, just the lashes. And I like it. So it's like something quick just to get out of the door with. You don't want to do too much, but do just enough. So thank you guys for tuning into another video. On your way out, if you're new, if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button down below. Tap the bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Like this video, it helps to get my videos seen into the algorithm so more people can see it. Leave me a comment. I like to get to know you as well as you get to know me. Share this video definitely, because sharing is caring. And I will see you guys in my next upload. Peace.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life. I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, put your hand to the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light.